we have the world's worst running Oliver 70. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to be working on this Oliver 70 that's right behind me. In a previous video I was able to get the thing running for the first time since about 2010, so that was a big accomplishment. However, it was not running very smoothly, so we're going to do a little bit of investigation there. I think the fuel system is in good shape because I've gone through that carburetor very thoroughly, but I've never done anything with the ignition system, with the distributor or plugs or wires. So we're going to be doing that. And then I'm also going to be doing a compression check on the engine on all 6 cylinders, because it's possible that the reason it wasn't running smoothly was because I've got low compression in the engine. So hopefully that's not the problem, but we'll check it out. And if all of that goes smoothly, hopefully we can get this thing running, and then, well, running smoothly, and then we can move into the next phase of this restoration. So let's get started on that. Currently the tractor is set up with this distributor and coil setup and these old worn out plug wires that are probably original to the tractor itself. And what I am going to be putting onto the tractor is this magneto. And you may be asking yourself, why would I be going to a magneto when a distributor is probably better at throwing spark? Well, the real reason is because I have it. Also, I enjoy working on magnetos as a hobby. I rebuild them and overhaul them. And so since I have this, I actually made a video of me overhauling that magneto several years back, and since then it's just been sitting on my shelf, and my plan was always to if need be, throw it on this Oliver right here and see how it works. In addition to this magneto, I've also got 2 sets of plug wires. This set of plug wires is no better than what's on the tractor, but this set right here is in pretty good shape. The reason I am just putting these used plug wires back on rather than going and buying new plug wires is because new plug wires are expensive. So if these work, then I'm going to use them. Let's pop this cap off without breaking anything. It actually looks clean up in there. You know, that's a little dirty. Let's take off this dust cover. Oh. There we go. Pretty clean down in there too. That actually looks like it's a newer condenser. So here's what I'm thinking. Before I go swapping the distributor for the magneto, maybe what I will do is just swap out the plug wires, because it's very possible that the plug wires are the culprit and that this distributor is perfectly fine. So I went ahead and I traced all of these old wires around to the respective cylinders, and it does match the firing order, which is listed right here on the intake manifold. So we've got 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4. And if you go around the distributor, it goes 1, 5, 3, 6. 2 is on the back side, and then 4 is over here. So as the rotor spins around, looks like it goes clockwise. It's going 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4. So that's correct. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull all these wires off and put the new ones on. Well, the new used ones on. Well, this is a little bit annoying because I need to take this bracket off and that bracket off up there to put this new wire harness on, because with all of these terminals, or excuse me, with all of the ends of these spark plug wires installed, they won't fit through this. So I went to take this off, and then I realized that this is going into the water pump, and as soon as I started taking that out, water started leaking out. So now I got to drain the radiator, drain the water out of the block, so at least down to here, so that then I can take this out and this one out up here, which goes into this water neck. So anyway, got a little bit more complicated, but we'll get it done. While that radiator is draining, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull all these spark plugs out. And then we can actually do the compression test right now. Then we'll put new spark plugs on it and then run the wires right to the spark plugs. So this will actually work out pretty good. There's spark plug number 6. Very rich. Spark plug number 5. Very rich and oil fouled. Okay, here's number 4. It doesn't look too bad. Here's number 3. A little bit oil fouled. Here's number 2. Pretty good. And there's number 1. I think that one might be the best so far. Either number 1 or number 4 are the best. Okay, cylinder number 1. 125 psi. And I don't know how accurate this gauge is, but it will at least be good for comparison purposes. So 125, let me go write that down. Here goes cylinder number 2. About the same, 125, 135 actually. Here's cylinder number 3. That one's a little bit lower, about 120. Here goes cylinder number 4. I'll hold that there. That's good. It's about 130, so that's good. Here is cylinder number 5. Oh, that's really good. That's up to about 140. And here is the last, number 6. That one's up at about 142, or 140 as well. That's really good. So we've got 125, 130, 120, 130, 140, 140. So I have no idea what the compression is supposed to be, but for comparison purposes, like I said, at least I know that I've got pretty similar compression on all 6 cylinders, and it's all pretty good in my opinion. So that's a good sign for this engine. Now let's go ahead and put the spark plugs in. Come on. I'm looking right here, man. Can you see that right there? That's bare wire right there. I know that plug wasn't really working very well. That one right there, oops. That one right there is cracked all the way through the insulation. So yeah. Let's put the new plug wires on. I'm gonna go ahead and change this oil filter. This is actually has a date scratched onto it of May 19th, 2009. These oil filters are not cheap. I think I had to pay like 30 or 40 bucks for this thing. A little ridiculous. It's actually not even that bad. I probably wouldn't have needed to, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, let me put some oil on this gasket. Okay, so this is a Wix 51105. I'm going to cross thread this. Come on. Nope. There we go. Okay, it is May 3rd. Okay, I've got the spark plug wires all installed. Some of the ends of these, where it plugs down into the distributor cap right here, some of those were a little bit corroded. So I did replace 2 of the 6, but the other 4, they looked okay, but I didn't check for continuity. So if we don't have a good smooth running engine here, my next step would be to go down and replace those other 4, the ends of those other 4 spark plug wires. A little too much throttle, which is sucked the choke closed. Ah, that is leaking. Right. So here's the problem. The choke, well, first of all, the carburetors are flooding. Second of all, the choke came loose. There's a nut that goes on the back side of this. And since it came loose, anytime there's a lot of vacuum, it just sucks the choke closed. So anyway, let me fix that real fast. So it's running better than it did last time, but obviously it's still not smooth. Well, shoot. A little bit frustrating. I'm gonna go to bed now, but when I come out in the morning, I will redo all of the spark plug wires where it goes there into the distributor cap. Well, we came out and we messed around with this earlier this morning. I verified that all of these plug wires are good. We have spark at every single one of the spark plugs. We think that the issue is carburation. It just seems like it's getting too much gas and it's just not running smoothly. So what we're gonna do in the meantime, because we need this space in the shop, is we're just gonna back this out even though it's running poorly. We'll back it out and drive it out to the other barn and let it sit there until we can get one of our friends is pretty good with Oliver's. He might even have a carburetor that works, and if we could just try putting a known good carburetor on here, that might I think that's our next best option. So let's get this thing moved out and free up the space in the shop.
Son! Pull it in. Yeah, back it in. You gotta go this way and then cut it back. It ran out of gas. Well, and let's see, I'll stop this.
Well, there you have it. We have the world's worst running Oliver 70. But at least it does run. Oh, man, it's leaking a lot of oil out here too, out of the, probably up there around the head gasket. It's just pouring oil out. So we'll get one of our friends to come over. Like I say, he knows Oliver's pretty well. He may, like I said, he may even have a carburetor off of a 70, and because it's very possible that that's what all this needs is a carburetor, or at least someone who knows what they're doing with the carburetor. I'm just not good enough with these carburetors. If you guys know of anybody who does rebuild Oliver carburetors, put it in the comments down below, because I may even just have this, send this carburetor in and have them check it, make sure that it's in good shape. And then we can get this thing running and out working again. So it's kind of a little bit of a disappointing video, but that's how it goes sometimes. This is just a lower priority right now with the other projects we've got going on, and we need the, like I say, we need the shop space. So anyway, hey, we'll talk to you guys later. I'll drop a video next week, so we'll see you then.